top stories. Get the news before it's history in the morning.
All right, it's very, very simple, but let me try and simplify it even more. And that is why I'm saying tonight that one of South Africa's longest-running football administrators, club owners, presidents, chairman is here with us. But also the longest-running, most controversial battles takes another dramatic turn. Why am I saying that? I'm saying it simply because Black Leopards say that they were relegated unfairly. The PSL and SAFA, they both disagree. So the High Court has declined to intervene here. But now the fight has moved to the highest sporting court in the world, which is the Court of Arbitration for Sport in Lausanne, in Switzerland. So at the heart of the dispute, there are player registrations. I mean, a FIFA transfer ban linked to Cape Town All-Stars, postponed fixture requests that were denied, points that were forfeited, and a club that insists, though, that it was forced to compete without a full squad before FIFA had even made a final ruling. So Black Leopards president David Thidiela believes that the administrative process failed his club and is now calling for nothing less than a judicial-style commission of inquiry into South African football. So I'm not sure if this is a case of injustice or simply a club refusing to accept relegation. So what happens now that the Motsepe Foundation Championship season is about to begin without Black Leopards? And what does this legal battle actually mean for the future of football governance in South Africa? So that's why joining us live for the very, very first time in a very, very long time is the president of Black Leopards, Mr. David Thidiela. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. I'm happy to be here.
Are you happy, though?
I am.
What brought you all the way from Thohoyandou to come to Johannesburg to address the media on something that you feel very strongly about?
Maybe it's because I loved football. I worked for this company from NPSL, helping them NPSL to today where the football is, without being rewarded, you know. And God being God, I started down there, being a cop, helping in football, like football, and the love of football developed years. And at the end, I've got my own, you know, I didn't walk a smooth route to be where I am. I struggled, and God being God, He put me where I am today.
Where are you today?
That I was once a long-term
security
executive
guard
member.
as well.
I own a team, a very strong team, who, when the team promoted in this league, they shook waves and it gained momentum. It was known big as a big amongst the big team.
Well, a big team should be in the Betway Premiership, Mr. Thidiela.
Yeah, but because of what we're going to talk about here, that's what brought me here. That, the public must know that what is happening, because they don't know what people are asking me, people are phoning me. What happened to the Dadaduba? What happened to the Dadaduba? Then when you talk without evidence, hence today I dish out the evidence to say, look what happened here. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is where we are, this is where we are.
So the season's about to start. I mean, from a Betway Premiership season, it's already started. ABC Motsepe is there. The Motsepe Foundation Championship is also about to start as well.
I think
we're a Black Leopards.
I think, Rob, I'm happy that I'm talking to a seasonal man in football, sportsman like you. You know what is happening. I came to you several times when things are not right. I talk the way I talk, that this is not on. That football owners run the league. You can't decide my fate. When you are seated there, it depends where you are seated. You know? I started this football here when I came in, when I was invited to be in, to help. Where help? Everybody, they were neutral people. Executive was neutral. Everybody, chairman was neutral. CEO was neutral. It was not like this. And from day one.
But is this from the beginning of the PSL? Because the PSL started in the 96-97 season.
Yeah.
So are you talking about the PSL or are you talking about the NPSL?
NPSL.
But then things changed. So you were part of which executive? Were you part of the NPSL executive or were you part of the PSL executive?
A PSL executive.
But then did you guys challenge the fact that club owners are in charge, or you didn't challenge it then when you were in the executive?
We were few who challenged internally, but we were defeated.
Who were the few? It was you and who else?
No, I can't mention the people's name now. It's old, then. I can't, but we were few who didn't want to,
And what were your reasons for that?
My reason was the same thing what is happening now.
Which is what?
That, it will be us now fighting amongst ourselves to say, my team is better than yours is better than what, because we said it will never work when we're there ourselves.
But why do you think you were the minority person? So I talk about you because we don't know who the other two people were. So why do you think you were in the minority in terms of that opinion where everybody else felt that it's okay for it to be the way that it has been from day one of the PSL up until today?
I think when I thought later, I think the brown envelope worked.
Who was paying?
Because, I don't know, because the guy we has chosen, without knowing that we were a minority, gave in 2 days before election.
Who's somebody who was going to be running for us, the chairmanship?
Yes, on the chairmanship, yeah.
Then he pulled out at the last minute?
Yeah, the last minute.
What were the reasons that were given for that?
Oh, but a person cannot give us reasons why. He gave those who the time who started to say this is the right candidate and all these things.
So remind us of who that person was who was going to run for the chairmanship of the league.
Come again?
Who was that person? Who pulled out from running for the chairmanship?
I'm not prepared to mention the name now. Besides talking to him first, it won't be.
But we know we can talk about. Remember the days when Tokyo Sakhwale was going to run for the presidency of FIFA, and he was there all the way up until the end, and then he pulled out. We also know what happened with Nebatandani and Safa. So I can rattle all of these names. So who's the person?
I'm not going to reveal the name.
Was it not public though? Was it not public? That name, was it not made public?
No, I think it was.
So when you
I'm not sure. I think it was.
You think it was?
Yeah, I think it was made public.
So you feel that the biggest problem was when that happened, when nobody was there to challenge. And why do you think he dropped out? You accusing there of being brown envelopes. Who would have been paying?
That's my thought. I can't beg it up. It's my thought.
But that's a serious allegation, though.
Yeah, but it is a serious. That's what I thought. That's what came to my mind. To say, 11th hour, a person pulled out, and
But why would a brown envelope be the first thing you think about? Because again, you have to back up any allegation, Mr. Thidiela.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. By then, that's what I thought. I said no.
So today, the 6th of August,
here. Something happened here.
Today, the 6th of August, 2026. Do you still feel the same? Do you still feel that there was a brown envelope?
No, I forgot about it because we went on. When you lose, as a man, you go on with the people who won. And that's what I did.
But you're a fighter, though. How do you accept something you don't believe in?
No, there was nothing I was going to change.
But don't
the
you have...
people who vote,
Yeah.
like now, there's a lot of things which I wanted to change, to say there must be change here. They couldn't be changed. And that's what is bringing me today where I am.
Yeah, but we'll get to the details, though. I want to touch on something that you said at the press conference, which is very strong, because we sit here every day and we watch it.
Yeah.
You were calling for the president of the country, President Cyril Ramaphosa, to intervene. Yeah. You were calling for a Madlanga Commission type of intervention into football and its governance in South Africa.
Yes.
Tell me more. Why?
Because football is not running the way it's supposed to be run. And you and me, we know what happened all the time. I had been fighting, saying, let's get these things right, and let's do this, let's do this. For example, who's the CEO of the league? Acting CEO for the 12th years. And no one of us, we know how much she's being paid for monthly.
You don't know.
And we are all struggling to run our own teams with our own money because the grant we're getting is very little. The other people are comfortable. You know? The other people are comfortable. They say, they call shots, this and this. For the football which we all hard worked for. I worked hard from NPSL, trying to help soccer. Well, I liked it. I was not forced to do it.
Let's talk about previous CEOs. I'll come back to what you're saying now. So the previous CEOs, from Shettle Siem to Trevor Phillips and everybody else who were their CEO of the league, did you know how much they were getting paid? Was that information made public?
No, at that time I was not executive member.
Yes.
Yes.
So at the time you were the executive member. Who was the CEO at the time? The guy from Vodacom who left us after a few months, I knew how much was he getting. How much was he getting paid?
Yes.
How much?
I can't remember.
You have to remember.
I can't remember now. I can't remember. There are things which are of non-problem to me. How much are they being paid and all these things. But I knew. Yeah.
So then, all I'm saying is that it would boost what you're saying now, because you're saying that the current CEO has been acting for 12 years.
Yes.
But nobody knows how much she's getting paid.
No, I'm saying me.
You don't know.
Yes.
Have you inquired though? Have you asked and said or written a letter to say how much does one
I wrote a letters to say she's conflicted there. She can't be there.
Because she's a chairperson.
She's the chairperson of the. She owns her own club. She owns her own club. How can she determine my future in football? Like what is happening now? I said, what is happening? I think that is the problem why I am where I am. Because I challenged that and it's there in writing. Did
they respond to you?
Nobody respond. We talked to the as executive. That's why I ended up resigning. That here I'm dealing alone, alone. I don't get it. It's enough support. People tried in the executive which were there. We tried to talk about it. We didn't win as well. We were minority. What? I didn't. All what I'm saying here, there was I didn't say behind the other people's back. I made it clear that I'm talking about. I think if you check on the which I gave you, you'll see that there are letters which I wrote.
So when they don't respond to you, how does that make you feel though? Because as a member, you should be getting a response.
Hence I'm calling today.
Yes.
Because I've tried it. I'm saying the best thing. My idea was not to say the lake must be seen at a public. If I go outside and just say every time, it's a wrong platform. I tried to use the right platform, Robert. That's why I'm paying. The Black Leopard is paying a price
of being relegated.
And it's not only Black Leopard. And what worries me most again is that at the court of law, no one, since we are executive there, running this league, no one has won anything. No one has won serious cases with the
the DC or the arbitrator.
Or arbitration. No one won. And it just happened with me now.
So you feel you're being victimized?
Definitely.
Because you're outspoken?
Definitely. Yeah, because I'm outspoken. I have been like that.
So where does that put you now? Because there's an expectation for you to play a new football season in a lower division now. And obviously if you don't play and you've been fixtured, you're going to get into more trouble. Am I reading it right?
No, you're not reading correct. Nobody will. Not now, not in this, the way it's happening. No.
So at what stage are we? I mentioned earlier on that the case lies with the Court of Arbitration and Sport in Lausanne in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So are you waiting for the outcome of that first?
I'm waiting to be called to go for the trial, because what shocked me as well, to say, man, my ways of thinking that things are wrong are being supported. When we started, Robert, the cards were taken from us.
Yes.
I think 8 cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that the game against Castric Stars? Though?
Yes, before when we register.
First game.
The day we register.
Okay. Hold that thought. I've just looked at the time. I have to take a quick ad break. When I come back, we'll go back to where it started. And I think that game against Castric Stars, if I remember correctly, you played with basically 10 players, and the goalkeeper was a makeshift goalkeeper. All sorts of things were happening there. So we'll pick it up there. David Thidiela, my guest tonight.
947.
Good evening, Rob. Nakoko from Tsakane. I think Thidiela might have a point, but the problem is the management of his team as well was a problem between himself and Chief. We all know all of what is about what's happening in the PSL with Matomadlala and the Iron Duke, Lebo Kiza, but then some of the things he needs to look internally what happened to him and his son managing at Ratoba. Thanks.
Good evening, Rob and Mr. Thidiela, Chairman of Black Leopards. It's Walter from Durban. I feel sorry for Mr. Thidiela for going down from the PSL, NFD, and to the APC Motsepe League. But at the same time, there are rules that govern football. If you don't follow them, then you get a knock. And when they had the FIFA ban imposed on them, it was all according to the football rules, FIFA football rules. And I don't think it's fair for him to start pointing out fingers, although we might know of people that let him down. But at the end of the day, football is governed by FIFA rules. If they didn't abide by the rules, then they had to suffer the consequences. Thanks, Rob.
Is he right or wrong by that?
He's wrong.
He's wrong. Tell me why.
Huh?
Why is he wrong?
FIFA, the day we were registering there, it was unfortunately the day before the game of Castric Stars. The person who went to register went to register. You know, at the beginning of the season, we even re-register the old players. We renew their but the registration is not the same.
Yes.
So the new one, they come with the contracts and everything. Then we did everything as per book. We did everything to the latter. When they were leaving the PSL, going to the parking lot with the cars, they were called back to the office.
Same day.
Same day. They were called back to the office.
What were the reasons given?
They called them, they said, no, there's something wrong with those cards. Something's wrong, bring the cards back. The man innocently went and gave them the cards. They took the new cards, all the cards for the players who were there last season, whom we were renewing or who had the contract and all this, they gave them the cards. And the new cards, the new players, they withheld, they say, no, you guys, we got instruction that the team has been banned. And that was done verbally. Understand what the people are trying to say. Verbally.
Yes.
First of all, Robert, FIFA does not deal with the league. FIFA deal with the
National Association.
National Association. Whatever they will do through National Association. The people who were talking there, they've got the league knowledge. That's the reason why I'm here, to clarify. And everything I'm saying is written. You will see that on those documents.
Because FIFA confirmed that there was no ban.
They confirmed. Yeah. And the day they confirmed, on the 30th of September, because what we did, we went to the league and said, but guys, can you help us? The league. We wrote to them, can you help us? They said, no, say to finish. Said, no, but how can we go to SAFA ourselves without you? They say, no, go to SAFA. Right? Then we went to SAFA. SAFA, what is happening? SAFA, they don't know anything. Then we wrote a letter. SAFA helped us with their covering letter to say, what is this position with team called Black Leopards? And FIFA wrote back on the 30th of September, we got a reply to say, SAFA, Black Leopards are not banned. Leopard are not, and the same day when they say Black Leopard are not banned, damages have been done already. And when they say Black Leopard is not banned, same day we received that letter through SAFA on the 30th of September. Through SAFA, they gave us a letter that Black Leopard is not banned. And I don't know if there's any rules that I don't know. When we are not banned, the same day, SAFA, FIFA, and PSL phone us. And also, they use these administrators. They phone us to come and collect our cards. Huh? Come and collect our, which means to us, I said to them, did they give you a letter? They say no, they just say, they phone the chairman and say, cards and come and collect your cards. And I said, go and collect them. And
so
we collect the
same
and
card.
the band, same cards which they were holding.
Yes.
And they done, it means they what called is finished. Let's go and play. From the 30th of September, we didn't have any problem. Before that, Robert, we wrote a letter to Michael Murphy. There's a letter there. We wrote and he replied. We wrote a letter to Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy, can we register young stars under 23? Can we register them, those who are from our development? He wrote back, fortunately, and saying, no, you can't use that. And after the fourth game, I said, no, that is wrong. Then I phoned the chairman. I phoned him. He picked up my call. I said, man, I've got a problem. I want to see you. I don't want to talk on the phone. He said, when? Then we agreed on the time. We went, and when we went, I went with Chief, my son, the chairman.
Yes.
We went there. We found him also already up there. We arrived at the league office, I think, 15 minutes before time, and then he called us. We went there. We had a meeting there with him. And one of the issues is that for the young players, the under
amateur
23
players, yes.
Yes. And he said no. Chairman said no, that cannot happen. He picked up a phone, same time his phone. He phoned Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy didn't answer. All right? And then he phoned, I think, twice or thrice, if my memory serves me well. And when it doesn't get a response, and then he said, no, I will talk to the administration, the administrators. I'll find out what happened. Why did they refuse? The following day, we received a letter from Michael Murphy, how sorry he was. He made a mistake. Are you saying it's Black Leopard who is not following the rules? Come on, man.
So he's admitted.
He admitted.
In writing. That he made a mistake.
He made a mistake.
So
it was his fault.
So where does that put you, though? Where does that put you? Because now the admission has been made, and you have had to bear the cost of the entire saga and the entire problem.
Using Tendo Mukumele as a goalkeeper, playing with nine people, and then somebody made a mistake. Because that would, if he has agreed for us to register, and that made me to think that chairman might not know what is happening here.
So just for clarity, the chairman of the league agreed with you?
Yeah. He said, no, this is correct. The under 23, you can take from your they are not banned to sign. You can sign them.
Because that's very interesting, because fundamentally a lot of people carry the notion that there's a big fight between David Thidiela and the chairman of the league, and you guys don't see eye to eye, you don't even meet. I mean, this will be news to a lot of people.
No. The only thing, what I can agree is that sometimes when we don't see the same way, we will argue. I will say no. And he will say also no. And there's no such thing, what I know that we don't see eye to eye.
So you have conversations like you've just told us now?
No. If I phone him, even if I phone him now, when it's available, he give me a hearing.
Because you, from what I understand, Mr. Thidiela, is that even your legal team, you've boosted your legal team. You've got one of the top advocates that we know in the country, Advocate Ngugai Toby, who's been representing Black Leopards. Is that somebody who represents your interests, your club's interests? And what have you achieved in terms of the fights that you've had with the football administrators or the football fraternity, with him leading your legal team?
Unfortunately, when I got him, it was now when I'm going for the arbitration. Can I start a little bit back? Mm-hmm. That after all this, what I've said, Michael Murphy refusing, after chairman intervened, after I left, he said, he kept his word. I got a letter from Michael Murphy to say, hey, man, I was wrong. And the damage has been done by that time. So I was also charged for not having under 23, which was not my own making. That's why this afternoon I said, I don't remember our league losing a case against any one of the members there. Mm. Any one of the members taking the member to court or to DC and DRC. Hence my call, before I forget, hence my call for Madlanga Commission. Because something is happening here. An administrator like Raymond Hack was chairing this. I didn't think he would find me guilty. Because I never had any problem with Raymond Hack during his stay with the league. We were people who talk to one another.
But it shouldn't even get to that stage. You know, whether you and Raymond Hack were great buddies or not should not even be a factor for me. Yeah. He's a legal eagle that has been in the league for many years. Yeah. So you were disappointed that
I was disappointed that this guy knows he was part. Sometimes he was part during NSL when we started. He was there
at Wits University.
At Wits University, a lawyer we trusted so much, and I was found guilty. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. You know, when I get the results, I was shivering. I said, no, something is wrong with our football.
And that is why you obviously want to challenge this. Because
that's what I want to challenge this.
So in what you submitted, and I've seen the document, it talks a lot about the conflict of interest, which we've dealt with regarding the CEO. And what you suggested must be done, and I'm just going to read it from what you submitted. It says you believe that it would be the easiest in order to avoid issues with the growing concern from our most important stakeholder, that being the general public and the football supporters, is for the CEO to leave office with immediate effect. And once the CEO has vacated her office, an independent chief executive officer of the NSL must be appointed, and instead in a consultation with the ExCo. Now, this would also alleviate the concerns around staff that exists, which she ultimately, as an acting office holder, might be regarded as a cause and effect. So you haven't.
Can you
nobody's listened.
Can you also, Robert, to inform the public when was that letter returned to the league?
Okay, there's lots of papers here in front of me. That was 15 January 2024.
2024.
2026?
Yeah, it's to 2026 today. There are other letters before that as well, which I'm saying, guys, can't we get these things right? You cannot. If the lady were the position, if they put David Thidiela tomorrow, I will do the same.
But I would
because I'm on my own, I will protect my own interest instead of getting people who will say to that, Robert and Marawa and Thidiela, these people, we put the rules. These are the rules to be followed. But you can't be a player and a judge at the same time.
But I would expect you not to take that position because you believe in fundamentally those principles.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So what about match fixing though? Are the referees being bought?
What I think, this, I'm not going to talk like a former cop. Mm-hmm. What I'm thinking here, there are people who are being used by us as executive. the referees. And now they go all out when you are not using them, they go all out and do their own damage. They go and ask money outside there. We had, when with this league, when we started with the late Cyril Kobas, when I came to football, my job was to see those things that doesn't happen. Referees are not threatened by those who threaten them as well. You were protecting them, and we get armed guards to look after those people. I was getting off-duty policemen to help, which we thank them, and, throughout the country. Those things are not there because they will see that, hey, man, what is happening today?
But we've seen referees be chased around on the field. We've seen, guys, even people with guns. I mean, it's come to a stage in the lower leagues especially, where this happens almost every time. But let's talk about the championship where you've been as Black Leopards.
Yeah.
Can you sit here today and say that you believe that certain games featuring Black Leopards, there was match fixing there with the referees?
I'm a candidate.
How?
Hey, man, a referee will tell you where to get off when you ask what is happening. They come there. Hence I was still explaining Roberto to say, I would say, that's my opinion. We executive, we are using everybody. We are using this referee today. Go and do this to so and so. Go and do this to so and so. Go and do this. So even when they are not sent now, they will go and do this thing. That's why it's worse in South Africa. They will go and do that, and you can't punish them because you use them. Because we've got control everywhere. Yeah. We've got control over the people who are doing the referee appointments. How long have they been there? Donkey years. What you call that? And in the past, we used to have people who appoint referees. They stay 2 years. Yeah. And then they're out. They get new people. They get Robert Marawa these 2 years. After that, they bring the other people. The guys who are there, they are donkey years, more than 30 years.
And you have no power.
You can't tell them. They told the team owner where to get off.
Hi, Rob. This is Gifting Kosienex Stake Park. I was following the story, so I didn't know exactly what happened, like the FIFA ban was that all about. But I think like whenever they were given a chance to sign the players again and then on to start playing with full squad, they were supposed to protest the game from that side, that time if they were treated unfairly. So they continued to play, and then up until the last 2 games, and then that's when they started to protest. I think they should have stopped playing, and then up until this thing is resolved, maybe it's something that was going to happen like the other way. I don't know.
You agree? You disagree?
I disagree. We didn't want to keep on saying outside, spoiling the league which we are in. I'm an executive member in the league. How do I go run around and say, this is this every time to work? Rob, I have been coming to you since we would talk and say this and this and this and this and this and this. And football is powerful today. We can even move the media from where we don't want them and put them where we want. And I'm saying, I cannot be, if I didn't attend this much soccer games, I was going to be charged. It's against the rules. I can only complain that there are letters. There's no letter which is not there. There are letters which I wrote. You
said something about the media in very hushed tones. Are you implying that the media has also been bought?
No. The media, I don't want to go there now.
You are there now. You can't
No, I'm not saying they've been bought. I'm saying, we put some media in a bad space when you like coming at me here today, it might put you in trouble. Why did you?
It's an open.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I hear you.
You know where you were at Metro, Super Sport. You were doing, according to me, you were doing so well. Public loves you. Where are you seated today?
Well, I'm not on those two platforms.
But yeah. You started soccer, what do you call it? You know, it's no longer the same because we've got power to say this cannot be here.
Right, before I lose my power, let me take a break.
947.
Hi, Rob. This is Tommy Hart from Edenville. Greetings to you and greetings to Mr. Thidiela. Firstly, Rob, I would like to thank people like him for taking much needed resources of their families to sponsor football, to own football teams. My question to him will be, does he not think it's now time for him to handle the pattern to his kids, like what Pirates are doing, Sundowns are doing, Kaizer Chiefs are doing? Does he not think that it's time to take a sabbatical from football?
Hi, Robert. Good show as always. Robert, I think Mr. Thidiela is just contradicting himself. He was one of the executive members from 1996 to date, but he was not complaining. And I think, for me, I think he must step down, he must leave football and just concentrate on something, maybe his business. I think football for him is over. I think you can't be crying now because you only miss 2 games out of 28. You should have picked up the points on those 28 games. Because of 1 or 2 games, it's just complaining.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the legendary administrator, David Thidiela. Rob, my question is simple. Why is the Leopards chairman raising these issues now when he was part of the PSL NEC for many years? Does he believe his club was unfairly targeted last season, having to start Motsepe Foundation Championship without players on the bench, without an official goalkeeper, with Utando Makumela having to play in goals? Need to hear from him. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Ulufalang here, and good evening to MSW Shoulders. And good evening to Mr. David Thidiela there in studio. Given everything that has transpired in as far as the press conference and what he believes and the fight now going to CAS, and with the NFD, or now people call the Motsepe Foundation Championship, setting to kick off very, very soon, what is he hoping for and expecting? And if the CAS ruling does not go in his favor, what will he then do? What will be the next step? That's all that I want to find out from David Thidiela. He has all the answers, and I am anticipating an answer from him with this particular question I have. Great show as always. Thanks.
All right, limited time left. Just 7 minutes on the clock. David Thidiela, in the final moments, you've heard all the questions. I mean, you can pick and choose whichever ones. I think others we've already dealt with. If it doesn't go your way, I think let's pick it up with that. If things don't go your way, as it's likely going at the moment, what's next for you?
I will first answer the gentleman who asked the question of why don't I give my kids to run the club.
Yes.
That was the reason why, after the supporters who supported us all the time complained, and that's why I bought this status. My son became a chairman, working, I was just there as an overseer. I didn't go away games. I chose which one do I go and watch, and they do nothing. And see the tweet that right thing is done.
So that's why you're not the chairman now, you're the president of the club.
That's why I'm not the chairman. I'm a retired person.
But it's still your club.
No, it's a family club. It's a family club. It's like any other family club.
But you're the head of the family.
I'm the head of the family.
So it's your club.
It's our club.
Do they have shares in the club?
They look at the letterhead. You will see what is written down there.
I'm saying, is there shareholding?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
They are.
Michael Murphy, you mentioned, you spoke about, and you said something quite profound about him admitting to a mistake that he made.
Yes.
So I don't know if you're going to go back to that, or you would rather deal with somebody else who's a legal mind that has always been involved in footballing issues, and that's Hilton Epstein.
Yes.
What has his rulings said, done? How have they affected you?
No, I thought, go and challenge the findings by the DC, which I said it was chaired by a man I respected so much, a man who has been a legal person for football for donkey years. Since the university was amongst us, and the man I respected so much. And I didn't see not a single minute that when I look at the results of his findings, it left me unbelievable. Then I said, no, let's go for arbitration. And at arbitration, we chose Hilton Epstein. We don't know him.
Yeah.
I know by name, then we chose. When we say we chose together with our legal team. That let's choose this as is a rule that we choose, and nobody opposed it. All right? And we went with him. On the Saturday, before the 28th Monday, if I'm not wrong, on the Saturday, the senior counsel, who's on top of the range now, we gave him the case. We went and asked him to help us. He agreed. Everything was done, was prepared. On Saturday, the number one called him and said, there's this and this and this. And saying, looking at how serious the case is, there he has to be there, the president. So what? And he asked the junior advocate and the structuring attorney to go and represent him and ask from it's late now, they must go in person, to go and ask for postponement. Not for postponement, for rollover. They call it. Roll over those who doesn't understand. Is that, you're asking that the case must be done tomorrow morning.
On a different date.
On a different date, which will be, I think if I'm not wrong, it was the 29th.
Yeah.
The following day, a rollover. Hence I'm saying, even a person who committed murder, you are allowed to be represented. We didn't think there would be a difficulty of putting that case on a rollover.
What are the reasons given for that?
That it's not clear where the senior counsel is. He didn't tell us timelessly. And this thing happened on Saturday.
Because we are out of time, if the 1 minute that we have left, imagine you are standing in front of the entire leadership of the PSL or the NSL, and you have something to tell them right now. What would that be? You are standing in front of the entire leadership of the league. What does David Thidiela say to them?
Say to them, guys, like I have been saying, let's not run soccer because we fail. We are failing in every corner. We are failing our supporters who are crying day in, day out that, results are being predetermined who's going to win. That's what people who own the results, most of the people doesn't attend our games anymore.
So you're saying to them, they must all resign?
Yeah, all of us, let's resign. Let the people, neutral people come and run for soccer. Hence, I'm calling the state president, say, not to save Black Leopards. No, he mustn't come and talk about Black Leopards. He must, investigate where are we going wrong? We must all be interviewed and what can be done. And we put neutral people like before to run the football in this country. When did we last produce good players? Here, we are crying, we're saying national team coaches, they are doing this, we are chopping them left and right. The factory of manufacturing players is long closed.
Mr. Thidiela, your case is still opened. It's far from closed. I just have to close the show. And I want to thank you for being here, taking the time to openly bring your case forward. We'll be watching very keenly because, like I say, I don't know where I'm going to be watching Black Leopards in the brand new season. But we will watch this very, very closely. I know you have to dash. You've got other interviews that are lined up, and I don't want to get you into trouble even more. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
This has been Marawa Sports Worldwide. David Thidiela, my guest. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Monday to Friday from 6 to 7 p.m.
#